Hey, this is Digital Dave with another cryptocurrency and blockchain update. So if you've been following my channel for a while, you probably know that I live in Thailand. I've been here for a while. I'm in the city of Chiang Mai, and Chiang Mai is in the north of Thailand, up in the mountains. And it's really beautiful up here. It's a good place to stay for 8 months out of the year, maybe 9 months. There's a few months they do burning. They do crop burning, and it's really smoky here, but right now it's really amazing. Overcast weather here by the river, which I like to hang out by the water. It's not the beach though. It's not the beach, which I plan to return sometime soon, but right now I'm up here taking care of some business in the north. Yeah, what's going on in the crypto world? By the way, somebody mentioned you should swim in that water. No, I'm not going in that water. I like to look at it, but I'm not hopping in. Here's a pan back here. Okay, crypto news, not river news or water news. Let's talk cryptos. So you may have heard the news already that 7-Eleven and CVS Pharmacy and Rite-Aid is going to be having Bitcoin kiosks in their shops and in their stores. Guys, if you haven't realized the situation, what this is presenting, a good situation, meaning that mass adoption, we're at the doorstep of mass adoption. That's what that means. People that go into 7-Eleven, Rite-Aid, and CVS Pharmacy can put in their dollar bills, and this is in the US, can put in their dollar bills and get Bitcoin. Pretty cool. And you probably also heard the news about, let's say, Venmo and PayPal going to be offering Bitcoin as well. So, guys, we're at the tip of the iceberg here. There's much more brewing underneath, but this is just news that pops up, and there's so much going on behind the scenes and at the bottom of the iceberg, or at the 80% of the iceberg, or whatever it is. But so much going on. And I had a conversation with a friend that I haven't seen in a long time the other day, and I met him in a coffee shop. I'm not a nosy person, but I couldn't help to see his laptop computer. He was on a website. He's a gold investor, and it was one of the websites that I used to peruse all the time back when I was big into the gold and silver scene. And I can't even remember the site he was on. Anyways, but I saw his computer, and I struck up a conversation with him, and we became friends. Ever since. This was probably about 5-6 years ago. But he went to Italy, came back, so I ran into him here in Chiang Mai. And he still follows the gold scene. And he probably saw an interview from Jim Rogers saying Bitcoin is going to be deemed illegal by governments, and they're going to put you in jail and all that stuff. So he just people follow their own segment of the news, but a lot of times they don't see the whole spectrum of what's really going on. And apparently this might have been the case here with my friend, but he was really adamant about how Bitcoin is going to be deemed illegal and crypto is going to be deemed illegal by governments. But with all this news here going on with PayPal and 7-Eleven and CVS Pharmacy offering Bitcoin services, there are vending machines taking Bitcoin and Bitcoin Cash now. There's just so many ways to use Bitcoin now. It's really incredible. So this whole mass adoption thing is really starting to take place. So don't believe these older gold guys like Jim Rogers and some others who say that Bitcoin is going to be illegal. Some people, they're not really following the whole spectrum, including like Jim Rogers. You may not know who he is, but he is a very famed investor, not quite as famous as Warren Buffett, but he's pretty well known within the investment community. Mark Faber, who is a famed investor as well, who lives here in Chiang Mai, who I've hung out with a few times. When I talked to him a few years ago, I asked him if he's recommending Bitcoin to his clients. He said no. He says he doesn't understand it. When I ran into him semi-recently, he says, yeah, he says, now I'm recommending it as part of the portfolio. So there's one older investor that was traditionally into gold and equities, who now says, get some Bitcoin. But not everybody's on board, obviously, and that's okay. We're just going to chisel away at this a little bit at a time. So yeah, we're at the doorstep of a big-time adoption throughout the world. And I just learned this right before I came out and made this video. is that I was on Digital Asset News, and he said that, I forget his name, I just call him Dan because that's the acronym for Digital Asset News, but he said that someone sent him an email. So this came to him, so I'm giving him credit because I didn't know about this till I went on this channel, but Australian post offices, they're going to be having Bitcoin kiosks in their branches as well. Now, I don't know if this is the entire continent of Australia. I don't know that, or if it's going to be in certain regions. I don't know if it's just going to be Gold Coast. I have no idea. But there are going to be apparently some post offices in Australia that will be offering Bitcoin as well. And you know, there's tens of millions of, well, whatever the number was, I think it was 10 million customers obviously that use the post office in Australia. So there's going to be more exposure for Bitcoin. And you know, the more people see this Bitcoin, these kiosks and the Bitcoin logo, you know, they have to see it, you know, probably 8 times, maybe 10 times before they really start to get curious about it. But there's a lot of people that's going to be curious about it now, and people's going to be able to buy Bitcoin through PayPal now. This was really interesting, is that PayPal, I forgot, I know PayPal has several founders, but one of the founders, I assume, a few years ago says that, I'm going to paraphrase, but said Bitcoin is the biggest scam in the history of the world. And now they're going to be offering a Bitcoin, be able to buy Bitcoin through PayPal, so, and Venmo as well. So funny how these things change. And I've been in the space for a while, and you wouldn't believe the FUD that came out back in 17. I mean, it was just all over the place about government's going to ban it and China's going to ban it, cryptos. But it's amazing how these things flip around, and we still get a little bit of FUD here and there. But the FUD is really starting to disappear, and there's more and more positive news. Now, a lot of people might be wondering why the price didn't suddenly pop after all this news. Sometimes it takes a while for this to propagate, and for the price to show what it's really worth, or for the value to show its true realization in the currency. So it's just a matter of time when Bitcoin is going to break its all-time high. I still believe it's going to be $30,000 by the end of the year. So hold me to it. Hold my feet to the fire if you need to. That's fine. So that number it came to my head. It's not. I didn't look at 1,000 charts and draw a bunch of lines. This is the number that came to my head. We'll see how close I get to that. So. All right, lots of good news in the crypto world. Don't follow the Jim Rogers of the world. Follow the people that's really digging into this even further. And maybe he might have been, I don't want to, maybe he was paid to say that, I don't know. Because these people really know. These, like Jim Rogers and some of these others, they're smart people. They know what's going on. Peter Schiff is another one that's infamously said that Bitcoin is not worth anything, but he's an investor himself. I know Peter Schiff is. And speaking of Warren Buffett, he said it's rat poison squared. But Warren Buffett is one of the most famous investors, maybe the most famous investor in the world. But he doesn't understand technology. He missed out on Google. So, and if he's not, maybe he's investing into cryptos and not telling anybody. But if he's not, though, he's not only going to miss out on Google, or he's missed out on Google, he's also going to miss out on cryptocurrencies. But you guys are not. So, and that's why you're watching this channel and investing in cryptos. Most of you guys are. So, what else is happening? Yeah, if you want to, okay, so my site, crazyforcryptos.com, I've got a new page up for consultation. Now, I do a lot of consultation through my Patreon group. I've got the gold level, which is one-to-one calls, and I have the platinum level, which is a personal coach. Sometimes those positions fill up. If they do, there's another way to do this, is you can go to crazyforcryptos/consulting, and you can just follow the instructions there. So I have a couple of different options there. There's the portfolio review that I do for $99 paid in crypto, and I have a personal coach option as well, and that's a $49.95 donation paid in crypto. And if you don't know how to get crypto, there's other ways to do it, but this is a donation. I've got some big plans for what to do with that, which I won't announce right now. So, but guys, people say that they're going to give a lot of money to charity when they get rich, but if you don't give someone a dime out of a dollar, you're not going to give somebody $100,000 out of $1 million. So just keep that in mind. So charity should start at any time, any stage of your life. So just keep that in mind. So, all right, this is Digital Dave. Give this video a like, give it a share, subscribe to this channel, hit that bell for notifications. I would really appreciate it. I'll see you in the next video.